This video will review REApplications version 4.0 projects. We will cover a basic projects module overview as well as creating a general project. Within your REApplications database, you have a projects module. That is the only portion of the system you can allow people from outside of your company in at a lower level of security. They will only see the projects that pertain to them, and within those projects, they will only see the information you choose to share with them. Within your database, there are different types of projects that you can set up depending on the type of transaction that you're working on. For example, if you are working on an availability, that availability itself is a project. If you're working on a tenant rep, you might want to set up a need or a general project. This video, we're going to set up a general project. Regardless of what type of project you set up, all of them will have very similar, if not the exact same, components. To initiate a new project, you're going to hit the New button, which is the green circle with the white plus in the middle. Doing that will open up the wizard. As you enter information, you're going to move tab by tab, filling out the different components of each one. When you're setting up a project, you do have the ability to use a template. If you use a predefined template, it will copy over your team members, your milestones, and your tasks. You can also link your project to a master assignment. I'm going to hit continue and take us to the next tab. The only required fields are in yellow. Wherever you need to put dates in, you have a pop-up calendar, but you can always enter them in manually if you like. I'm going to hit continue and take us to the next tab. If there is a property record that you want to link to your project, you can do so by using the little lookup or the magnifying glass. In this case, if we're working on a tenant rep, we don't have a property just yet. We do know that our client is looking for office space. I'm going to hit continue, and here's where we're going to add our contacts. By default, it's going to have the person who's logged in show up as a primary salesperson as well as the project manager. If you are setting this up for somebody else or you're working on a team with somebody else, you're going to want to change it from your name to whoever's name is the appropriate person. The pull-down should display a list of all of the people from your office. If you need to add somebody who is not in the pull-down, use the lookup. As we go lower, we can now put in who our procuring brokers are, or our tenant brokers. You do not have to enter in these contacts. You're going to want to enter in all of the people who are involved, but if they don't fit into one of these specific sections, go down to the very bottom and put them in here. This is a catch-all. You can label whatever title you'd like for that person. This is a pull down that as a company you will have the ability to edit or manipulate. So you can add values, remove values, or put them in a specific order if you'd like them other than alphabetical. So anybody who's involved, an architect, an attorney, a contractor, an environmental consultant, anybody who's involved in this project, you can put them right in here by using the lookup. Do a search for them. If you find the person you're looking for, you're going to hit the word select to the left of their name. If they don't exist, here's a new button that allows you to add a new contact right from here. I'm going to choose what role do they play. And I'm going to hit continue. Every project has a pipeline or a projected revenues component. If you want to populate this, you can. Populating the pipeline will give you exposure as to what you're working on and how much money is it going to be worth once the deal closes. So at a 25% probability, and the estimated close date is December 31st. And we've negotiated a 3% fee. As we scroll lower, there's a payment schedule. This is only going to be used if you're using the CTS, or the Commission Tracking System module. This is going to allow you to give your accounting department, or whoever is responsible for actually booking the deal, information in terms of how many invoices you're going to want set up. And how much each invoice is going to be for. I'm going to hit add, and it's going to drop another line down. And I can hit submit, or I can hit finish. I'm going to open this up. This is going to allow me to email anybody that I want out of here. Before I do that, I'm going to hit submit and go to our next tab. This is a deal share. If there are other people who are involved in this particular transaction, this is where you're going to split it up and give them some of the money. By default, it's going to show the primary salesperson is getting 100% of this revenue. When you go to the pull down, this will display a list of all of the people who you've entered under the Contacts tab. Since Chris is the only agent on this deal, we're going to hit continue. Now it's going to go to permissions. This is where, by default, it's going to display who has access to this particular transaction. If you want to give somebody access who is not involved in the deal, you can do so by searching for them, either by a specific individual, or for a team of people, or based on a specific user group. More often than not, you will keep the permissions exactly the way they are. I'm going to hit save and continue. And here's our project that we created. Once your project is created, you're going to then have the ability to come in and enter in individual tasks, calendar events, and milestones. There's a file cabinet, an unlimited file cabinet where you can store any size, any type, any amount of notes or documentation that you like. If there are specific properties or availabilities or comps that are specific to this transaction, you can link them to your project. Your team. This is your team roster. This will display a list of all of the people you entered under the Contacts tab. And the accounting is only going to be used if you are using the commission module. If you need to edit this deal, you're going to click the edit link, which is in the colored ribbon at the top. If I click on the edit link, it takes us right back to our wizard. Once you've made the changes, hit finish, and it will submit the record and take you right back to your project's dashboard. For additional information, call the help desk 626-803-5195.